So yeah, again, so just I was telling that Healing Towards Happiness is a platform for individuals across all age groups to start healthy and positive interaction without any hesitation. And this idea came into mind because nowadays we come across so many children, not only children, but every means like senior citizens or our family members, hardly they are having any time to share their feelings with each other. And that's the time, and that's the reason that few are able to handle their emotions, few are not, and few just bottle up their feelings. And when they feel that there is no one to speak or to tell their pain, they are in a you can say in the vulnerable condition where they are not able to come out. It may lead to the anxiety, it may lead to the depression, or they are having so much of confusion about their goal setting and all. So the main motto over here is to give ear to any kind of any sort of problem you are facing. So we are having the group of people with us, those who are working as a council and a core team members, who are always ready to hear you from you that what pain you are going through, and will try to give the basic solution. And if anybody we find that is in a severe condition, will also suggest them to the therapist. We have with us the counselors, we have with us the therapists, so we suggest them to take these sessions, and further they can go with that particular one-to-one sessions also. So the mission of this Healing Towards Happiness is by 2025 to reach 1 million people and make them aware about the issues. And vision is to listen to the issues and to offer the solution by raising awareness and providing guidance through the regular webinars and talk shows on the specific subjects. And today's our subject is a mental health. The goal of a STHE group is to provide a forum where individual can hear regarding the issues like suicidal thoughts, or they can also talk about the depression, stress, anxiety, goal setting, clarity, any confusion in their life. In a nutshell, I just want to tell that we are here to listen. Just speak to us, write to us, join us as a group, be a member. We are looking right now, the entries are open for the council members. We are already just to complete the 30 members. We have decided that the 30 members will be the council members, which has been divided into the 3 groups, 13 to 17, then it is 18 to 25 and 25 onwards. Almost many people have already joined in. So if you want to be the council member, please do join us, to message us, or just on the Healing Towards Happiness page on Facebook, on Instagram. And today we have with us, and today's topic is, I'll not be going in a deep much because we are already late and I know how precious your time is. So I'll be quickly handing over to the young ladies, those who are going to take this today's session. So that is Pihu Bhatia and Ananya Mathur and Yashmita. So they'll be talking about the mental health. And I'll not be speaking now much. I have decided to, but I'm handing over to Pihu now.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So hi, I am Pihu, and me and my friends have decided to take this session over now. So our topic is mental health and why is it important. So moving forward to and talking about what mental health is, Yashmita will be talking about what actually mental health is and why is it important. We'll have a further discussion during the session. Thank you.
So hi guys, good evening first of all. I'm Yashmita. I'm gonna take on the topic, what is mental health exactly? So we're hosting this session to solemnly talk about what exactly mental health is about and why do we need to know about it. So according to WHO, the World Health Organization, there's no single definition to mental health because everybody has a subjective definition to it. And let's just start with what exactly mental health is. According to me, mental health is basically how somebody is healthy mentally, because we generally talk about how somebody is doing physically. Even when we meet somebody new at any given moment, the first question is how are you, and how are you is always taken as how are you physically. But let's just talk about how somebody never brings up the topic where they're asking how are you mentally. That's just, because of the stigma attached to the certain aspect of mental health. And basically mental health refers to a person's well-being mentally, their how healthy their mind is. And it generally covers like three aspects: that is the psychological aspect, that's the social aspect, and the emotional aspect. And generally mental health covers all these aspects because these three aspects are generally where our mind steps in with our brain for the human functioning and the conditioning. And first of all, let's just start with the social aspect. Social aspect, I start off with social aspect because that's where you actually see somebody, how they work, how they are in a social setting. So social aspect, yeah. So mental health and social aspect are basically correlated because an individual, how they cope in an environment, because humans are social beings. That's something all of us know. And because of that, a lot of individuals see how you are and how you work in an environment in regarding to your mental health. Then we come up to psychological aspect, because obviously it's all about psychology. The first thing that comes up when we talk about psychology is an individual's mental health. Psychological processes of an individual generally considers the working of their brain, how their mind works, how healthy it is, and what all disturbance are being caused in their mind or in their functioning. And then we have emotional functioning, because of course the mind, it's I would say it's an emotional temple. That's what I say about it. And emotionally, an individual, how they work, how they feel, how they perceive situations, all of it comes back to how they are mentally. If an individual is mentally really healthy, they are more likely to be emotionally strong, as we call them. Whereas if an individual is mentally not so good or not so stable because of various disruptions in their life, they would be more likely to be called as emotionally weak. And that's something a lot of us have heard in our life. So yeah, passing on to the next topic with you.
So adding up to what Yashmita has said, that actually I would quote that we go for regular checkups to our doctors for our physical checkups basically. So talking about mental health, we need to have a checkup on our mental health on a very regular basis, on a daily basis. We should have an analyzation of what where we fall back or where we are having a good setback and where we are having a progress. We have to have a check on it. And what is triggering to us, what is making us sad, and what is stressing us out, we should be aware of it. So it's very important about having a check on our mental health as well as how much as it important for our physical health. So now we'll be talking about the difference between mental health as a topic before pandemic and after pandemic, because there's a huge change when we talk about mental health before pandemic and after pandemic, as mental health has been highlighted after pandemic and during pandemic a lot. So Ananya will be taking over this topic. So here you go, Ananya.
Good evening, everyone. So, as you mentioned, that there is a huge difference between the prevalence of mental health before pandemic and after pandemic. So, we all have been through the pandemic. We all have seen all the horrific things that happened. Not that mental health did not exist before the COVID-19, but yes, it affected it in a much. It had a great impact rather. So, as everybody went through it, families and communities have been strained and separated. Also, children and the youth were totally isolated from their friend circle, and they could not socialize in a normal way. And lakhs of people lost their job or they went bankrupt. So, of course, all of these things led to a lot of anxiety, stress, and in some major cases, a lot of people went into depression. And for some people, it was even brutal physically, and it caused them PTSD. So, if we talk about it in a deeper sense, on individual levels, on the hierarchy of age groups and stuff. Old people, of course, they had the tensions and stress of catching the virus, and the office going generation about how will they handle this entire situation and take care of everyone in this entire situation. The youth, of course, we also suffered as the students of pandemic. We had to complete our high school journey on through an online basis.